Been really watching how different businesses are handling the post-March 10th decree from our governor. And so here's what's been kind of dancing around in my head. I've talked to a number of folks in our leadership, elders, directors, so on and so forth. And as a general rule of thumb, I have found that usually if you do something that is not in the way that the government is trying to push you or in the way that the media is trying to push you, it usually ends up being a wise idea, okay? So just do the opposite of them, and usually it plays itself out pretty well. So here's what we're going to attempt to do, okay? You ready? Because there's 3 different groups of people right now in your country, and if there's any part of any of the announcements I've made that I really want you to lock into, it's this, okay? There's one group that is going to stay home for quite a while still. There's another group who wears their mask and is now more and more interacting with their community. There's another group that is over the mask 6 months ago. And here's what's interesting if you really listen, and I mean really listen to all 3 segments. And I honestly try to, okay? Not perfectly, but try. Everyone has done their research. Everyone quotes doctors and physicians. Everyone can throw stats at you, websites at you, every last one of them. After you've been doing something for a year, you won't find a person who hasn't planted their flag on wherever they're standing, okay? So I'm talking to businesses that now their staff and their employees are now turning on one another because if they interact with the public, they're either saying, you're not gonna deal with me unless you have your mask. Well, I don't wanna do my job if I'm not gonna, it's just, this is where it's all going. You're gonna see lawsuits and issues. You're gonna see people punch each other out in Target because one person has a mask on, the other one doesn't, and they're reaching for the same thing of milk, right? So here's what we're gonna try to do, okay? We're gonna try to do the opposite of what's happening in culture, and we're gonna see how it plays out, and if it goes bad, let me know. I can take the punches, I can absorb it, and we'll try to figure out something different, okay? Here's where we're at, you ready? For those that are at home, you got it here. We're gonna keep the live streaming going. If you're in a place right now where you are feeling even post-March 10th, uncomfortable with what went out, the decree that went out and all of that, like you still want that kind of space, here's what we're gonna do, okay? We're gonna try it. This door is access to the parking lot, right here. You can get all the way from the parking lot through this section right here. This whole section is going to be roped off, okay? If you want to wear your mask, come in on this side. You can sit right here. We'll keep everything roped up, and for as long as it's necessary, we'll do it. Why? Because the conclusions that you've reached with your mask, I know and I trust they're founded on science, your personal experience, your convictions, your beliefs, and I don't want to fool with that. However, if you're in the other camp, okay, that I don't want to wear my mask, and I'm not going to do that, you're going to come through the entrance, and this side is there's not going to be mask. There's 8 feet at least between these 2 aisles. You want to talk social distancing? You're distanced. You want to wear a mask here? You don't want to wear a mask here, and here's the good news. Here's the imagery for you. You ready? What side is the cross on behind me? And between this week and next week, it's not going to magically move to one side or the other. I promise. So you're going to make a decision out of conviction, information, with the brain that God gave you. And you're going to make a broken decision. That's what you're going to make. It's imperfect. It's not perfect. And I got news for you. God's probably not in either one of your camps. He's got a plan for you that transcends your fears and worries or concerns or convictions in the now, okay? That's why he's in the middle, all right? We're going to try it. What I don't want, what is your culture going to do? What your culture does is this group would look at this group and go, oh, jeez, I can't believe they're still wearing a mask, right? And this group's going to look at this group and go, golly, do you people follow any laws, you nuts, right? And so that's what you're going to be, that's what's attempt to show up and realize that the cross is here. That's why you're here. Love each other in a way that your world does not love each other. Love people who think differently than you, than what is on display in your culture and in your country and your society and on social media. It can be a beautiful thing and it can happen, okay? And so we're going to try it. And if it, Tavarius, still, we talk regularly. Tavarius accused me on the phone as he's laughing and ribbing me. He goes, "You're trying to bring back segregation, aren't you?" We're just trying, okay? And I hope it'll work out, okay? So with that in mind, I'll remind you next week, it'll be okay. We'll get through it together. Love you guys.